Hey guys, so I wanted to show you a demo of something that I'm working on. It is a Max for Life device. It's called Riff, and I've created this a while back. It used to work only on Ableton 9 and 10, but not on 11. So lately I got back into that same project and I rewrote the whole thing. So earlier on, it had certain features. Those features obviously continued, and now it'll have some more features. It'll obviously be free, so you can use it once it's ready. I just wanted to show you what it can do, and if it kind of interests you, then you can keep a watch on the, on the. If it interests you, then you can probably download it and use it when it's available, probably next week. So, so I have this sample, I have this template kind of a thing where I have three groups. One is called KB, which stands for kick and bass. One is called drums, and then the other is called synths. I've laid them out in some rudimentary fashion. So here's the kick and bass, and then there is some drum parts like this, and some more over here. I'm using Drumazon, a plugin that I bought recently for the drums, along with, so this is Drumazon, I like it. And then I'm also using something called Drum Designer from Falcon, which also I like. I just feel that the quality of each of those individual drum sounds is really high on Drum Designer. So that's the reason I went for it technically. So that I don't have to spend too much time tweaking the snare or tweaking the hi-hat sound or tweaking this or tweaking that. It's already kind of made out for me, kind of a thing. And at the same time, it has a sequencer, so that helps as well. So mixing all these and then taking some sample sounds like this as well, it helps me to build something interesting like this. Okay, so this will act as our backdrop for the Max for Life device. Along with the KB, the kick bass, and the drum group, I also have a synths group, which is made up of a bunch of synths. They're just combinations of various synths that I kind of put together by haphazardly combining them. I have not put in so much thought into the sound design aspect of it because I just wanted to do this little demo quickly. The objective is not sound design, the objective is not composition, the objective is sequencing, and sequencing using this Riff Max for Life device that I'm currently working on. So without further ado, let's probably look at this sound. It sounds something like, it's a typical silent sound. I don't see why it's got that arpeggiator on. We don't need it. Yeah. So this is that sound. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this sound, and probably I'll reduce the filter cutoff a little bit. Okay. Like I said, this is not about sound design. So I just took the first patch that Silent gave me and I'm just going from there. I'll start over here with maybe, how about, maybe I can start small. Let's say I put together a 2-bar loop like this and then loop it. Okay, so it'll loop for 2 bars, and then with this selected, I'm going to bring in the Riff device. It's called test right now only because it's work in progress, and as you can see, the layout needs a little bit of love. It's just put together like this for now, and by the way, this does have the ability to open up in its own window like this, and it has some things called progressions. I'm still working on all of this, but these are some of the newer features of this updated version of Riff. It can use chords, there are many chords. It can use scales, there are many scales. And it can also use no scales. So if you do it without the scales, it is just going to generate a pattern on the same note, on the root note basically. So this is C2 in this case. So if I generate a pattern with this, it is only going to generate on this. If I select F3, then it's going to generate a pattern on F3 alone. I'll stick to C for now, and I'm going to use scale. I'm thinking of using Romanian minor just for the heck of it, and I'm going to be in this key of C. So I do have one other button that I've added as part of this new update, which generates patterns like this. So you can see it's generating patterns. By the way, it's a very small pattern language. It's made up of only 3 or 4, maybe 5 characters. One is X, the other is minus or the dash like this, and then there is this capital R, So 3 characters like this, X, minus n, capital R, and the square braces. So 3 plus 2, 5. 5 characters. And there's one more, underscore, and it has its own meaning. So each character has its own meaning, and if it's very easy to learn, X stands for note on, minus stands for note off, R stands for a random note. That is, if you have selected a scale, then it will use a random note R for random from that scale, and it will use it in this pattern, in this arrangement. And if you have not selected scale, then this random will either it will randomly decide if you wants to do a note on or note off event. I'll do a separate tutorial that explains the pattern language properly. For now, we can just stick to whatever it has generated over here like this by clicking this button like this. And obviously you can generate longer patterns, like for example, if I want to do a 4, so this is quite a long pattern, and you can obviously manually enter patterns as well like this, something like that. For now, I'll just generate maybe a 2-bar pattern like this with a bunch of R's in them as well. R stands for random, and I will select scale, Romanian minor, and with my clip selected over here, I'll click generate. I wonder if you see this over here, it has generated some notes. If I keep generating, if I keep hitting this generate, it'll keep on generating these notes. I hope you can see that, right? So if I open this up, you can see it has generated this pattern over here, and it mimics the pattern that's over here, and you can see that over here. So if I just hit play on this one so that I can keep generating patterns and listening to what it is doing, I can settle down on a pattern. And I can even generate new patterns as I'm doing that. Needless to say, you can do it in another key, maybe little higher if you go, and another scale altogether. Let's take this maybe Neapolitan major. So it's a completely different scale. It sounds a little bit off because we were in the key of C and then suddenly we went to this D major and all that. So if you stick to C and maybe go for this, this is the trusted Phrygian mode, the overly abused mode within Psytrance. Still works, I guess. Yeah, maybe we can stick to Phrygian. What the hell? Fuck Romanian minor. Okay, so this is I've got this over here, right? So what I can do is I can probably extend this right up till here, and just for the heck of it, we will modulate this, let it come up till here from maybe like this, so that we have some sort of a riser. Okay, little lower. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll just put we'll take one more riff device and put it on this other synth channel and do something similar. Since we were in the Phrygian mode, we'll stick to that and select Phrygian again, and maybe have a slightly longer pattern and generate it for this segment over here. So if I select this and generate, as you can see, I can keep generating as many as I want. See, I'm clicking and then the pattern is changing. I mean, the notes are changing, and they're changing because we have a bunch of R characters in this pattern. You can write the pattern by yourself by hand, or you can have it generated from here. And you can do that while it is, and I'll loop this part, and you can do that while this is playing so that you can settle down on something that you like that goes with your bass line or with some other parts in your track. So if I hit play, I'll keep generating more. now maybe change the pattern a little bit and generate again. And then what we can do is, if we like that pattern, let's say we do like that pattern, then we'll repeat it all the way and then copy it and paste it here and maybe remove the root node from here entirely. Yeah, so and then I can keep on going, right? Just make one more riff device, make a MIDI clip. Since I'm in the scale of C Phrygian, I'll stick to that and generate a slightly longer pattern like this and hit generate. And if I play, and if I don't like it, I can just generate one more and keep doing that. Oh, I forgot to put loop. Yeah, and I can keep doing this. So basically what this does is it lets you put together a few ideas on a particular scale or mode in a particular pattern for a tempo, and then it lets you kind of build the skeleton of your track. And goes without saying, right, you can revisit this. So for example, if you're in this segment over here, and since this is Phrygian, you can just, you know, make one bar like this, and then let me do that, right? I copied it, and in the next bar I'm just going to move this one step up so that it sounds like this. Yeah, so I hope you get the picture, right? I mean, the idea is not to have the plugin do the music for you. The idea is for you to kind of quickly put down some pattern, change them the way you like, make them fit in somewhere in your track so that it sounds nice. So this is just a quick demo, and I'm going to be keeping on. This is just a quick demo, and I'm going to keep working on this. Hopefully it will be done by next week, and I will share the link again. It will be free, and I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Bye.